You are now tuned in
to Lamark After Dark.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Lamark After Motherfucking Dark. We are here for another episode, exclusive episode, because we have a special guest in the building. But Chelsea, before we introduce our special guest, how are you feeling?
Hi, guys. I'm feeling good. It's your girl, Chelsea Nate. I am excited for this one. We've been waiting for quite a while to get him up here, even though he's not very far. He's definitely reachable, but he's busy, booked and busy.
No, I'm not booked and busy. I didn't know you was waiting a while, but
okay. It's cool. We got the infamous winning God himself, DJ Self. Welcome to Lamark After Motherfucking
Why
Dark.
everybody, when somebody come, they be like, we got a special guest. Why do they always say that?
But you are
because you are a special guest.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're the
But
prince
I
of
say
New
that about
York.
everybody, so everybody's special?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you,
Okay.
if you
come on
come
my platform, yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, cool.
How we're starting?
Everybody
How you feeling today?
Yeah, how are you feeling?
Today's all right. It's the big game weekend, so I'm super excited about the big game. I wanted to see the Seahawks win.
Okay. Same.
You really are?
Same,
Yeah,
I'm going
cool.
for the
Yeah, I want to see the Seahawks win because I bet on them. That's why.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any events that you're doing this weekend? You're busy all weekend?
I'm actually be in Tennessee, in Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
Oh wow.
I don't know if you guys ever been to Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
No.
It looks like a mini Vegas.
Mm.
If you go out there, it's like strips of hotels and museums and like a whole bunch of amusement things that look like weird. When I say weird, they have like a hotel that's shaped like the Titanic. They have another building that has like King Kong on top of it. Dolly Parton.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Dolly Parton have a lot
Dolly
of things.
World is over there. Okay.
Yeah, she has like a lot of things out there. So I do primarily a lot of ski trips out there. So we think of Tennessee, we think it's hot and it's actually cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay.
This episode is kind of behind the booth for DJ Self, so we want to
Behind the booth,
Behind
the
the
DJ booth.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool. That's
so we want to talk about how'd you even get started on doing DJ? Like
how I started where?
DJing.
To be honest with you, I've never been a person who liked to work. So my whole life, I've only had one job, and the one job I've had is doing a radio station at Power 105.1. So I just never liked to work. I've just never been the guy to work. So and I never was the guy that wanted to be in jail. So I had to figure out a way to earn money without working and risking my freedom. And in my neighborhood, there were primarily boosters. You know what a booster is?
Mm-hmm. Somebody who gets you what you need and sells it, flips it over to you.
Well, we boosted in that cell. This was we boosted for ourselves at this particular time, right?
Okay.
So, I didn't, but so it was boosters, and then, but the boosters, like I said to you, they didn't sell. They just boosted for themselves. But the only person that was making money was people who worked or drug dealers. And Biggie got the famous line, "Money, clothes, and hoes," or whatever. So I wasn't into boosting. Excuse me, and I'm not a female, so I didn't have cars or sell cars. So I figured that most drug dealers or people who make money, they always had cars and they needed something to play in their car. So I used to make like mix CDs and things like that for their cars, and that's how I acquired money, and that made me into being a DJ.
Wow, shout out to that.
Okay. And for those who don't know, where are you from?
I'm from Brooklyn.
Okay.
I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from downtown Brooklyn.
Okay, because I thought you were going to hit it with the downtown, around town. You used to love to say that.
Yeah, I'm from downtown Brooklyn.
Okay.
A lot of times people think about Brooklyn, they think about like Flatbush or the Star or Crown Heights or now the Flossie or whatever. I'm from downtown Brooklyn.
Okay.
Not too far from the Barclay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did you grow up with a lot of musical influence? Like, I know you were in that 90s era, so.
Well, the funny thing is, so I grew up going to school. I had to pass Mos Def. I had to pass Michael Jordan. I had to pass Spike Lee, Chris Rock. I don't know this guy's name, but I remember at the time he was on A Different World. He was a tall guy with dreads, like blonde dreads, and then he did some other like like another TV show that was like a doctor TV show or something like that.
The one from CSI, the guy who's
I think
on CSI
like a tall guy.
Okay, he
yeah.
has light eyes.
Light eyes.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Ooh,
he lived on my block also.
That's amazing.
So like this block was like very influencing because just walking to school, you know, I had to pass all these people every day, you know, because most of the time, at this time it was not, social media wasn't big, so people, you know, had their newspaper, so they sat on their stoop and read their newspaper. So I passed all these people going to school.
That is dope.
Yeah.
And then from there, as like you said, growing up, you saw the influence of people needing music for their cars, and then you kind of just
because where I'm downtown Brooklyn, where I'm from, at that time is like when you made some money, then you moved over there. You moved from, I guess, the cliche, the hood, and then moved to next to the hood.
Okay.
Like that.
Okay. So what was your moment where you felt like, okay, I made it? Like Brooklyn really knows who you are as an established DJ.
You never feel like you really made it. I guess
That's
maybe
true.
I guess maybe when I first touched down on radio, maybe I think you know, that's when I'm like, all right, good. Or when I was able to pay bills off of big bills, I want to say, off of doing music.
Okay.
How long have you been at Power?
Right.
Say it again.
How long have you been at Power?
When I'm on Power 105.1 in New York City. That's an iHeart radio station. When I got on Power, I want to say maybe 2015, something. So it's been like 10 years or something like that.
Okay.
Like, 10 years seems like a lot, but to my peers, it's not, because if I use like an Envy or Clue or even Pro Status on show or Szn5, they've been on like 25, so they got like you know, way more than me. You know, a decade plus more than me.
And like, what kind of things were, or what was it that got you through the doors at Power? Like, who was it that saw your potential?
At the time, they had two guys from another state or another city and another state, but they was from Boston, from Massachusetts. When they came to New York, they wanted a new, fresh flavor and like the hottest person in the street. And you know, everything that came back was self. You need to get self. You need to get self. You need to get self. And at the time, here, they were only Clue at Szn5 and a guy named DJ Cut. And I want to say Marley Marl. I don't know if you know these guys' names.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
Okay, all right. So they were on the radio, and Spin Bad, DJ Spin Bad, he passed away. Okay. So they were the only ones on Power 105.1. And then I told this called the program director, who's the boss, which was a guy named Cadillac Jack. I told him that I think that in order to make some big noise, you need to bring in some of my friends. And he agreed and allowed me to bring in some of my friends, which was DJ Nori, DJ Will, and Ty Boogie. And I always say to people, like, I think I probably was the first person in history to get a job on, let's say, May 1st and say, yo, you need to bring my friends in May 10th. They brought in my friends. You know, most people, they get in the door and it's just me, let me get on first or whatever. But, you know, I just decided to, you know, bring my friends in.
That shows a lot about your character.
Yeah.
Some people said, fuck those friends.
Yeah, right.
That shows a lot about your character.
Yeah. And I think we've learned from experience, too. Like, you really do show up for your community and for your people. So we appreciate you for that, too. Absolutely.
So fast forwarding to Love and Hip Hop.
Okay.
Yes.
How did that happen?
So Love and Hip Hop happened from me being a move maker as far as a DJ in on radio. So Lamar, he's been on my show doing Topic Time. So I've been doing Topic Time for most of my time. I don't know. I don't think I got that off of anybody, but I know that the show that I took over was Cherry Martinez, and she used to do a thing called Love Lockdown. So at the time, I always was just getting callers. Callers just kept calling, wanting to talk. And I'm like, why does callers keep wanting to talk? And so I was like, let me just figure out a way to, you know, get them to talk to me or something about. But I wasn't going to talk about love and loving a guy in jail because, you know, that's not me. That was Cherry's thing. So I figured out to do some topics. And then a friend of mine who used to manage me, he was like a low-level producer in Love and Hip Hop, and he asked me to do it. And I was like, nah, I ain't doing it. You know, I said, nah, because at the time I felt like it was for like washed up old people and stuff like that. And I was, you know, in the prime of being a DJ. So I was like, I ain't doing that. So then the next year, I had a cool friend of mine, and her best friend was a higher level producer. So they wound up gassing me to do it. So they used to come to the radio station all the time to do it. And at this time, I used to DJ a lot in the club. So then that's when I had met Cardi B. And same how Lamark, he comes to my show. Same thing. Cardi used to come. We used to do topics and things like that. So when they came, they had asked for me. And then similar to radio, if you take me, you got to take her. Like it was just similar like that. Like, I've always been the type that I've learned early in life that it's easier for two people or a gang to scream something than one person. You go further, So they wind up saying, okay, cool. They took the package deal. And I started looking at Love and Hip Hop, and I saw that Love and Hip Hop Atlanta was, when you watched it, you was like, that's the Stevie J and Jocelyn show at the time.
Yeah.
So I said, I want to do something. I just don't want to do the show, and I'm just a person on the show. So then I knew that she was funny. So then I was like, okay, cool, let's do it like that. So that's how it happened, just by them coming to the radio show and seeing what we was doing on Topic Time.
Do you like how they depicted your character on that show? Or
So the one thing I tell people is what you interpret. So when I use that word, it's like, the weird thing is, like, so I'll say, people are like, oh, you was a creep squad, da, da, da. And I said, yeah, I did do that on the show, but I said that whole season I didn't date anyone. Mm-hmm. So people be like, so it's like, I can't really 100% blame them, because it's the way you intake certain things. If I go down other rabbit holes, yesterday at my show, and this may stir up the pot or something like that, I told people that a lot of times when you watch something, you just believe what you want to watch. Sometimes you could see something that ain't it's not exactly what you see, but you just believe it anyway. So when I say that, I told them that I'm a believer that I don't feel like OJ did it. And it was primarily a black people in the room. They was like, oh, he did it. And I said, why do you think he did it? You understand? And then, they explain, oh, he was jealous of his wife and different things. I was like, well, he was divorced from his wife for 3 years. And OJ got mad chicks. So why would he care that his wife was with somebody else? It was like, well, he was jealous, blah, blah. So I said, okay, so he was jealous. So he went to kill his wife and killed the guy. But the guy wasn't supposed to be there. The guy came there because she left her glasses, and he was like, oh, snap, you left her glasses. So he just guessed that the guy was going to be there. So that didn't make sense. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I see the correlation, but I'm on the opposite side of the OJ spectrum. But I get what you're trying to say. It's all about perspective. It's all about what you want to interpret from the situation.
I'll go back to the Love and Hip Hop thing, but I'm fine at getting your perspective on the OJ thing. Tell me why.
I just feel like it was too much evidence. And then he admitted
what was the
later.
Evidence?
The evidence was, okay, so the glove didn't fit, right? Mm-hmm. But they had everything else. They had that he was at the scene. They had around the time, they had an eyewitness. They had people who had just talked to her and were like, she told them, like, I'm fearing for my life. OJ's been stalking me. I feel like he's going to hurt me. And then all of a sudden she's dead.
Cool. I'm glad you said that. And I think I'm here to educate. And this goes by what you just asked me of how did they depict you on the show. Mm-hmm. I think television make you believe what they want you to believe, and I think that us as humans, we only read the headlines and don't dive deep. That's number one. Two, that's why they call it idiot box. We watch it because we are, sometimes idiots. So I'm not calling you an idiot, but in this particular thing, I think using the word idiot is kind of like ignorance, because you just know what you're telling me what someone told you, right? So if I
researched, because I also watched the show, I did my research.
What show did you watch?
I seen the one on Netflix. I've seen the documentary they did about it
on the idiot box.
No. Well, how else you gonna get information?
Okay, cool. So can I give you some information?
Give us more.
Okay.
Reporting live from the scene.
I'll give you guys some information, right? when I did Love and Hip Hop and I saw what when you asked me how did they depict you and things like that, that's what made me start looking at television a different way. So when I say that, and I'm gonna get to the OJ thing, I'm gonna bounce around a little bit. So a lot of times when I've done television, after I did television, I go somewhere and I'm DJing, and people said, "Damn, I didn't know you was a DJ." And I'm like, "How? My name is DJ Self." They said, "Well, on the television, they didn't show you DJ at all." So I'm like, "Dang!" So sometimes when you see something, it's like you only see what they show you, but you don't understand the whole thing. Back to OJ. Now, the day of OJ's ex-wife, Nicole, and the guy Ron, right? The day of their death. Earlier that day, OJ, his family, Nicole and her family, their 2 kids, they have 2 kids. Their 2 kids had a recital. You knew that part. Cool. Prior to him marrying her, he married another woman that had 2 kids. So he had 4 kids in total. I think he had a girl and a boy with one, a girl and a boy with another one. The first marriage, the son was in his high 20s, something like that. So them going to the recital, the son is a chef, right? Okay. So the son gets a job at this big restaurant. He tells the family, "Hey, afterwards, I want everybody to come because I just got this job. Can y'all have dinner at my restaurant or the restaurant I'm working at? Because I'm trying to impress my new boss." Everybody says yes, come. They go to the recital. At the end of the recital, at the night time that the thing happened, Nicole cancels, right? I don't know the reason why she canceled, but I just know the cancel part. So now, my theory, because no one really knows, but I'm just giving you a different theory. My theory is, all right, now the son is very upset. Why is the son upset? The son is upset because, one, this is the girl, this is the lady that took my father away from my mother, right? Also, I'm trying to get a job there, and she's messing up what I got going on. This particular night, OJ goes, he has to go to Chicago in the morning or something like that. You knew that part, right? Okay, cool. Now, these people get killed, right? Do you know how they got killed?
They were stabbed.
They were severed.
Even worse.
They were severed, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you as a person, you as a football player, you as a person, whatever you do as your job, when you stab a person, how would you stab a person?
Oh, America. I am not. How would you stab a person?
You would stab it like this or like this, correct? Like this or like this.
Okay.
Who would sever a person?
So you think the son?
I'm asking you a question. I just asked the question.
Okay, I get where you're going with this.
Who would sever a person?
So someone who's more experienced with cutting something or butchering something.
Yes, which would be a chef. Correct?
Okay.
Okay, cool. Now, you said in this conversation the glove didn't fit, but the DNA did, right? Who has the same DNA as you?
Your son, but there's like a small difference, right?
But there's a small difference, but primarily your DNA, correct?
Correct.
That's how, if you want to know who's your kid, when you go to Maury, you'd be like, this is your kid, right? Because
we have
the DNA matches.
This is going
and
left.
This is, you guys, this is what's up.
Look, I still want to, you know, I still want to enlighten you, right? So now, so that's another thing. So the glove doesn't fit, right? But the DNA matches, right? Now, my theory is the son may have done it and maybe called his father. Hey, I just did something, blah, blah, blah. The father came up, what's wrong with you? Why you do this, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to help you. I'm going to clean this up for you, blah, blah, blah. Now, you know, OJ leaves, go, blah, blah, blah. Now he gets blamed. What the fuck I'm getting blamed for? So now he torn between the mother of my kids. Remember, because this is a guy who you saying killed the mother of his children. This no longer his just ex-wife. This is also the mother of his children. So the idiot box only says his ex-wife that he abused. They don't say the mother of his children. They don't put that in your mind, because they put that in your mind, it wouldn't make you feel like, oh, why would he kill the mother of his children? Right? Just listen.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So now, right, that's a big difference if you say your ex-wife or the mother of your children. It's a big difference. So now,
what's the difference? Explain.
How is the difference? The difference is, because if I just say this is my ex-wife, it's no attachment, because this is my ex-wife.
Right.
But if you say the mother of your children, that you still have some type of connection. So that's a big difference when someone feeds something to you.
Okay.
Right. All right. And now I'll circle it back to the love and hip hop thing when you said how it depicts you. Right. Because this is how they feed something to you. Right. So now, my theory is, okay, son. I'm sorry. So now I'm getting blamed for this. Damn. Now I'm torn between the mother of my children and my son. So now I want to kill myself. That's why I'm doing the chase. You understand what I'm saying? Because if I killed someone, why am I going on the chase? You understand? If I kill someone, I'd have killed myself right then and there, as opposed to going on the chase. Now, I'll ask you a question. Your mother, the person you love, I'm pretty sure you love your mother, right? Someone is a SWAT team about to kill your mother. There's a whole bunch of people. Would you jump in front of the bullet? Or would you say, Ma, hold on, or try to stop? Or would you jump in front of the bullet for your mother?
Oh, my God. Okay. This is a dramatic scene and a dramatic
so
question.
now I want you, when you leave here today, or whoever's watching, looking, or whatever like this, I want you to Google when OJ, after he finished, with this scene, going to his house. It was the son, the mother, the grandmother, his aunts, uncles, everybody with a SWAT team ready to shoot at OJ. You remember that? Only one person ran to the car in the line of fire, which was the son. Meaning, to me, body language never lies. Why would a son run into the middle only? Remember, I'm saying that only to say something to his father. Because maybe the son knew, I did it. Pops, you don't have to do this. I'll take the fall for it because I did it. Blah, 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 blah. And he's saying, get out of here. I'll take care of it. When you watch it again, that I told you that.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? So those theories to me, also what you call it. Lastly, before I get back to what you call it, I don't know how old you are. At this time, they used to have time cards. The time cards, you put your time card in the thing, it stamps and tells you what time you came in and came out. This particular night is the only time the OJ son time card is written in pencil. Every other day is the time card. This one is written in pencil. Meaning that somehow that time was altered when he left and came back to work. You didn't know those things because the idiot box didn't want to tell you those things because they wanted you to believe OJ did it. This stuff that I tell you. You understand? But now that I told you that, you can Google these things, right? And you can see what I'm saying is have some factual to it. But the reason why you don't know that because you're just watching what they show you. Back to love and hip hop, right? So now, I can't control what they show and I can't control what you perceive as things. So when I first did it, I'm like, oh, okay, nobody gonna believe certain things on there. Like, I'm dating two girls, because you have to be an idiot that if I know I'm on television and I'm cheating and both of my, if I'm with girl A and I'm on television, I know I got girl B, I know girl B watches TV. So I know I'm gonna get caught. So you as the person who watching it, you have to know that too. But you don't know that because you're so interested in what you see on television that you believe what you see, even though you know is not deemed to be true.
So was your experience scripted?
I would never say that anything was scripted. I think it might be induced, but I don't think scripted. Like, people use the word scripted, and I think it's induced. People do things that they wouldn't normally do because there's a camera in front of them. Like you may wear extra lipstick and makeup because there's a camera in front of you. But if it wasn't no camera, you just probably come with slippers and, rock out.
Self is also a Capricorn.
Okay. This is all making. Are you a January Capricorn?
Yes.
Okay. What day, my dad?
I'm the end.
Okay.
And
so you're also borderline Aquarius.
Yeah,
so that
both. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fair.
So what is your relationship with Cardi B like today?
I don't have a great relationship because when she started dating Offset, that's when things just separated. Mm-hmm. But I guess out of respect, nobody wants, if you married to someone, like, hey, you don't want men around or different things like that. So, my relationship, I don't think we have a tight relationship. It's nothing like, like, hey, we buddy and things like that. No. Do I feel, I don't know if, do I feel a way? No, everybody, she wasn't my friend. Mm-hmm. And I think that people misconstrue things in life. Like, we didn't grow up together. And, we did a radio show. I mean, I had my radio show and I don't expect anything from anybody. Mm-hmm. I don't.
Did you really believe that she wouldn't be successful in her rap career? Did you not think her music would take off at the time?
Okay, so this is where I go with Idiot Box, right? That's where I go with Idiot Box. And remember, I said to you in this story, right, that I told you even today, right? So I gave you an answer to your question, but what you see on television still supersedes your intelligence. Why I say that is two things. I told you that the reason how we or I got on Love and Hip Hop is because I put this girl on radio with me. So you can't not believe someone that you putting on. That doesn't make sense.
So I'm asking this question not to preference from my own curiosity, but for others who are watching this.
No, I got that part.
I'm quite aware. So I just want to clarify.
No, I got you. But
okay.
I'm saying this to you the same way so other people could, now, I would say that she didn't go in as a rapper. We didn't bring her in as a rapper. That came in as time progressed. I also say that the funny thing is the world didn't believe her as a rapper. I was here. I was around the whole time. I'm at the radio station. I'm doing different things. No one believed, she had 2 or 3 albums prior to her breakout album, with the Bodak. And I say to you or whoever, name 4 songs out of 40. You probably couldn't name any, correct?
Oh, her previous stuff?
Yeah.
No, I didn't start listening to her till she became more mainstream for sure.
So me saying that, right, is like people act, let's say if what people deem is, you didn't believe in this person, they act like this is like some out of the world spaced out stuff. Like, oh, how could you not, blah, 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 when it's like, well, I was there from the beginning. The first few records were house records. You understand? So, I was there from the super beginning.
Yeah.
I was there when, we teaching her how to rap and different things like that. But at the time, my concern wasn't her rapping. My concern was me being the biggest DJ. I wanted to be bigger than DJ Khaled. I didn't care about nobody rapping and stuff. I just want to be a big DJ. I don't care. You understand what I'm saying? So that was just my concern, because I did Love and Hip Hop for me. I didn't do that for anybody else. Another conception is, you didn't sign her, different things. I didn't have a record label to sign anybody to. So it's like, also, I think her story is the first of its kind, meaning a stripper turned rapper, popularized stripper turned rapper. So no one would ever think that that's something that could happen. So, and I think that opened the gate to everybody doing these things. Then I know the formula. I knew what I did to make this girl hot. So I tried to recreate the formula with a girl named Major Galore and a girl named Dream Doll. Dream Doll was a lot more successful but
She's supposed to come on the show, but something happened.
Okay, but the charisma and the attachment that people have to Cardi is unmatched by the ones that I had. So the success level of her with as opposed to the other ones I had, it didn't match up like that. But
were you involved in like their actual production of their
in the
work?
beginning?
Okay.
In the beginning, 100%. The people that was around, the management, everything, they all came through me. Partisan, who primarily is the one who they say writes her music. She met Partisan at the radio station with me.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, a lot of the seasonings, that started it all happened with me. So, it's funny when people say, oh, you didn't believe in this person and different things like that when, I tell people, well, where did she say that outside of the show? And there's nowhere where, because it was one skit on the show that happened, and then you just believe it to to a television show that people deem that it's scripted.
Yeah.
You understand? So
Right.
I don't know if I answered it correctly.
You answered it. So
Okay.
do you have any regrets about your time on Love and Hip Hop?
No, because I my capital that I made was great. The one thing I say is you just anybody, if they want to do reality TV, you just never know the reaction of what people would think. When I came on there, I knew that, I'm using quote unquote, I came on there with 2 women in the first season. I knew that I would get caught, because, when you're on television with 2 women, one person, they could be home, they're going to see it or whatever. So I'm thinking the world's going to think I'm the man. He got 2 chicks, he the man. But, it felt like the world's like, oh, you a dog and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, dag. So, but I think it's according to who you are, what people attract to you. That's just my opinion, because there are other men that been on that television that I don't think that they call them a dog, and they've been with several women. So I think it's just,
Names?
Huh?
A names.
Well, you see, like, I'll use Safari or Ray J.
Okay.
or different things. Yeah.
Okay. You're right.
There's no shots. They was
Yeah.
on television, would say, I don't think you consider them dogs or nothing like that.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Yeah, that's us.
Yeah. We see.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We see what they
Yeah,
are.
yeah. Safari and Rangers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I was just gonna
Mariah,
ask.
I don't know if they heard you. So I said Mariah Lynn, to this day, and I would say is the most appreciative and humblest person that I've ever worked with, and I have done the least for Mariah Lynn. Out of any woman that I've worked with, as far as business wise, again, I've used Idiot Box. Mariah Lynn has never been signed to me. She's never been a part of contractually a part of my group or anything like that. But she's always been the most loyalist, and the most appreciative, and even still to this day. Well, I met Mariah. Actually, I met Mariah with another guy who helped me write songs, and we was writing a song called Yeah Okay, which was a good song by a guy named Kazi Pop. And when we was turning Cardi B into a rapper, we was like, yo, let's write some songs for Cardi. And Mariah helped us reference songs for Cardi, and that's how Mariah got in. But she was always signed to a friend of mine. I don't know if they still signed to this day. That part I don't know. Yeah. But she's never been signed to me. But Mariah's always been the most. I'm using the word loyal because she don't have to be loyal, but the most appreciative.
Yeah.
Still to this day, because I did help her get on television, which she always tells me that changed her life. Because Mariah was a stripper also.
We're gonna get off female rappers. We have Nicki Minaj to talk about a little bit because that was a whole thing. What is your relationship like with Nicki Minaj now? Because that was a whole situation.
Oh, to be honest with you, so the funny thing, I don't know the whole blow up.
Yeah.
No, let me not say I don't know the whole blow up. I mean, it's old, and me telling you the story now is like, oh, who cares? Because it's already set. Because at the time, me and Nicki Minaj had a falling out. This was before the world knew that her and Cardi B didn't align with each other. So I think that that the falling out between me and Nikki was on account of Cardi.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. Because prior to that, I used to text Nikki, we used to go back and forth. We never had any issues. And then she started saying those things about me on
Queen Radio?
on not on the radio, on Twitter.
Yeah.
It was on Twitter, and it came out of left field. And I'm like, what the hell? And then maybe like a week later, they had a fight at some gala or something like that.
Yeah.
So my kind of blow up, it just made no sense anymore because it wasn't really, I caught it astray.
Yeah.
Basically, because it was between them two, had really nothing to do with me. You understand?
Yeah.
But at the time, people didn't know that. I guess behind the scenes, they didn't align with each other.
Yeah.
But I don't have no relationship with her or anything, at all. But I don't have no ill will.
Yeah.
Because, the stray was, I think I just called her stray, guilty by association.
Yeah.
Like that. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. I think she called you like a cocksucker, but I feel like she says that a lot, which is weird.
I don't know. I can't even tell no more with everything going on with her.
It's a lot
Just,
going on. Yeah.
Well, again, Lamark, I don't know if you knew the story. It was I will 100% said that the tweets were lies. But I have a whole bunch of proof that it was lies. Because the funny thing was at this particular time, I was in contract negotiations with our big wigs here at iHeart at the time. So the weird part was the big wigs like, hold on, I know that's a lie because he was sitting in front of me going over the contract when these things happen. Yeah. So it was like it couldn't have happened the way you said because he didn't even come in contact with you.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So it was like, so it's like similar to, you here at iHeart, you're in your studio and another artist is in the studio with me. It's like, yeah, you was over there, I was over here. We didn't even see each other. Yeah, we was in the same building, but we didn't see each other. So at this particular time, I was in contract negotiations in the office of our PD. So it was like, hold on, this is a lie. You understand? So I think that's why a lot of people didn't really take it seriously, that was in the industry. Because it's like, all right, hold on. Even if they didn't believe me, you're going to believe the executive. Like the executive didn't go and lie because the executive, he was sitting right there with me. Yeah. So I know this is a lie. You understand what I'm saying? Like that. I don't know if you knew that part.
No.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I was with our boss at the time. You understand? Yeah, makes sense. So it's like, couldn't have happened the way you said. Yeah.
You have any questions before we get into Lamark's Corner?
Yeah, we could go into Lamark's Corner.
Okay. One last thing. They wanted to ask, are you homophobic because of the show with Topic Time and Bruce? Now, I know the answer. But
no, dude. So someone asking me that, I would really like to know if me particularly said something that would make someone believe I'm homophobic. I don't know. You could answer correctly too. I don't take offense.
No, I don't think so. It's homophobic.
Okay.
I think you've been really cool. I think that out of everyone I've met in this building, I think that you and Maxwell have been the best as far as like just being really down to earth, really cool, and really opening doors for me and helping me out. For sure.
Well, that's not helping you out. Has nothing to do with being homophobic.
You're not homophobic to me.
Okay.
Okay.
That's not being homophobic. Yeah. So, I don't think that I don't think I've ever done anything or been something that's homophobic knowingly. So, I've had conversations with you with me saying pause and different things like that, but I don't think I use pause and ayo and those things on a homophobic matter. Yeah. Why I say that, we are just accustomed to that because that's what it is. So me saying that is not like me saying I hate this type of way of life or anything like that. It's just that's it's like you be like, hey, yeah, because it just naturally comes to you. Because the thing, and I'm using the idiot box because we call each other niggas. No one says, are you racist because you calling your friend a nigga? What's up, nigga? You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not using the term nigga to say I hate blacks or African Americans. Yeah. So, me saying ayo is the same as using the term nigga.
Yeah.
You understand?
All right. We can go right into Mark's Corner. Lamarck's Corner, where I answer all the questions you guys send me, advice, shade, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
I never watched Zeus. I watched it once. I watched Zeus once because they were telling me.
Mariah on Baddies?
Say it again?
You don't watch Mariah on Baddies?
No, so one time they was telling me about Mariah, and I was just like, let me watch it. Then I saw she was fighting, I think Asian Doll or something. I was like, I can't watch this shit. Like to me, I'm just like, I don't even know how girls do that. Like you go on there and fight and fuck up your body and your face and your look. And to me, you can't make no money. I've learned, if I did Love and Hip Hop again, I wouldn't fight, I wouldn't cheat or nothing like that because you can't make no money doing that outside of the television. No one wants to go to a fighter's restaurant or, different things or whatever businesses you got. That's where you make your money outside of the television, and that just doesn't make sense. I've had a chance to sign Biggie. Also, I've had plenty of talks with her. But again, I just what's going on there, I don't know if I could align myself with it. And I love Biggie, and Biggie, I think she gets it more and more because I see her stop trying to fight and doing different things. I think I recently saw her get into it.
Yeah, she got into a fight recently.
Yeah, but if you see, I don't know if it's my talks with her because I've had several talks with her, but or it could be other things, or she could just be really seeing it.
Yeah.
But I see that she's trying to get away from the fighting thing. I've seen one or two things while I was watching Mariah, like she walked away when people were fighting or something like that. And, again, because you can't make no money fighting.
We have Bianca on here, and Bianca's really talented.
Which Bianca?
Bianca Bonney.
Okay.
How was your look? I feel like that would have been a good link up with you guys too, but I don't know how.
Bianca, I've known Bianca for a long time. I know her since Chicken Noodle Soup. Bianca is always cool. Bianca, I think I've met her as a kid and to an adult. And I think that I just think our alliance didn't happen because I saw her grow. So it's just like when I say grow, I mean growing to a parent and having a kid and different things. So it just it just didn't line up with us.
All right. First question, how was it your experience at our live show?
Oh, it's cool.
Okay.
It's cool.
Yeah.
It's just going back and forth. I think that I know a lot of times people may say I'm a preacher. It's just that I've learned things in walks of life, and then a lot of times I feel like I'd be foul if I don't at least tell my sight of things. Now, I'm not saying that you should believe everything I say. I think that you should do research. But again, some people don't care, and I think that nowadays people just read the headlines and then go on about it, but believe things.
Because that's what sells. I mean, even when we clip this for the promo, it's gonna be like boom, boom, boom. But then we watch the episode.
You actually watch it.
You're gonna be like, oh, okay. That's just I hate that.
Yeah, but but to me is but when I use that is like people go at law and say that, and I'm just using the OJ thing for an example, and I hate to keep going back there. It's just that's one of the biggest things that I see that, television could make you believe something. And it's just like, damn, you really believe. It's like all the signs of this didn't happen is there, but people still believe even, and I'm using our conversation because you combated me. You said, well, I saw everything. I saw this, I saw this, I saw this. You understand? And even me telling you the story I told you, I still feel in your heart, you still be like, that nigga did it. You understand what I'm saying?
I mean, now that before he died and he told us that he did, I'm like, oh, okay. Well, thank you for
I don't
clarifying.
remember that part. I've never seen that.
He wrote a book.
I thought the book said, if I did it. That's the book I saw. It's if I did it. It didn't say I did it. See, that's another thing why I said idiot box. You understand?
Okay, and next question.
Here we go, guys. He's an OJ fan.
The book I saw
I'm going to bring
said,
you some orange juice next time. We're going to have that ready.
The book I saw was, if I killed her, this would have happened. That's what I saw. I didn't see the book that said I killed her. It said, if I killed her, this would have happened. Yeah, it said if.
If.
Yeah, it said if. Yeah, it said if I killed her. I remember that book. because I did actually read it because I was like, why is he trolling? But a good thing is, not a good thing. I think a real reason is I don't want people to blame my son, and I also say it is a reason. But the information I told you, the son was never questioned. The son was never a suspect or anything like that. The reason being is because maybe they didn't want the world to know the son did it. We want you to believe OJ did it, and it could be OJ's team, doing that because they probably knew you can't prove I did it because I didn't do it. So that could have been the biggest defense. Mm-hmm. You can't prove I did it because I didn't do it. So I'm going to make you keep believing I did it. That's just
It does keep him more relevant. It keeps him in the news. It keeps his name in your mouth, definitely. And I think for those who are maybe just tapping into this part, the perspective you're trying to give is like, especially from the standpoint you're coming from, you're in media, you've been in the industry for a while. So you've seen how things are curated. You see how things are marketed. You see how people conceptualize and perceive certain things, and it can be the complete opposite. That's basically what he's trying to say for those at home with the OJ theories, because we don't want anyone feeling taking it any kind of way. So if it's just making the comparison,
I want them. I'm fine. I'm not scared. I'm fine with saying that I feel he didn't do it. With the information that I said, I feel that he didn't do it because, like I said to you, I think also that the media make you scared to speak. No, speak your mind. Don't be scared. I just gave you information that I feel like is credible information to make you say, okay, you have a point. You understand?
I get where you're coming from.
Right? I'll give you another one.
Okay.
I know he like.
This is your last OJ story. We're going to ask you these questions after.
Okay, I'm going to give you one more, right? So, Kim Kardashian's father, his name was Robert Kardashian.
That was his lawyer.
Yes, right? He also was the friend of the family, correct? He was his lawyer and represented OJ, right? And up until he got acquitted. After he got acquitted, he never spoke to him again, right? To me, that tells me, I know you didn't do it, so I'm going to make sure you don't go to jail for this. But I can't fuck with you because I love her and they got killed, blah, 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 so I'm separating myself from you. So those certain things that happen, that it's like, why would you represent him, and then after he's good, you say I don't want to be your friend no more. So certain things just make sense. You understand what I'm saying? What would be the reason? Someone told me, because he found out he was Chloe's father. Da, da, da.
Come
on, nigga. Like,
that whole thing was crazy.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So again, I'm just telling you that the media tells things and make you believe things like that.
Your worst celebrity encounter?
Maybe Trick Daddy.
Oh,
damn.
Trick Daddy. I Trick Daddy at a point in time was my favorite. I'm not saying I don't like his music. I love his music, but he was my favorite at a point in time. Other people has trumped him now. And then I was like, we have what's called a drop. When you do a drop, you say, hey, I'm such and such. He kept calling me DJ South. You know what I'm saying? Like from the South. And I was just like, man. He just kept calling me South. And I don't know why.
Yeah.
So,
okay. The biggest misconception about yourself?
Maybe I'm using the that I'm not a DJ. But you see how funny that is, right?
Yeah.
But most people that, and I say in totality, a lot of people know me from television, but they don't know me as a DJ. You understand? It's like, I didn't know you DJ. I get that all the time. I didn't know you was a DJ. I didn't know you was a DJ. I'm like, how? I just never seen you DJ. And I was like, what? And people just, they just didn't know I was a DJ. And I was like, yo, this is crazy.
Last question for this. How many of the Grinning Girls have you smashed?
None. I don't. Okay. So the one thing I will say is I've never had sex with someone I work with. I think that's like a automatic no. Yeah. So I've never had sex with Cardi B. I've never had sex with Mariah Lynn. I've never had sex with Dream Doll. I don't know who else I worked with. I've never had sex with any of these people.
Yeah.
Okay.
So again, me even telling you that, it's like, okay, people may say I'm using Cardi for an example. It's like, oh, this, they'll believe something, blah, blah, blah. But on television, it made it believe that we were dating. She also came out and said, I've never slept with self and different things like that, blah, blah, blah. But, that skipped over people because the lie is more entertaining.
Yeah. Any questions before we get to Triple S?
Do you believe me?
Yeah, no, I believe you.
Okay,
I believe you. No,
cool.
you really are a professional. Like, you're really about
do you believe
your
me?
business.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the Gwen and girls, no. Another thing, I'm a little older, so a lot of these girls, it's a little young. You understand? So the things that they do is not inducive for me, so I'm straight.
Yeah. Are you a family man now? Like, are you in a relationship? Are you married?
Yes, I could be.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Are
he
you...
knows one of my children's mothers. I think my children's mother's friends with your
my
mother.
Mom, yeah.
Yeah. So me saying that is like the Gwen girls is kind of his age, so they could be like my kids.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna be. I'm not gonna be deemed as a pedophile. You know what I'm saying?
I've seen a lot up here, not with you, but just in general.
Oh so, yeah, but I don't think I've ever done anything that crosses the line. I don't think so. Again, I don't know, but I don't drink, I don't smoke, so maybe I've never been impaired to do those things.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
No coke.
No, I've never used gel.
Yeah.
No,
and I know you mean it too, because like even if you watch like your older stuff, you always say the same thing. You're like, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't want to go to jail. I don't want like you've always been consistent with like who you are. Very much.
I've never been locked up. I don't know if you knock on something or whatever. Knock on wood. Yeah. That just never been for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've never had trouble with women my age or whatever like that. So, most of the time I've been trying to help people out. And sometimes it backfires, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you'll help a person out and, they'll get upset at you doing certain things or ungrateful. I see currently Gorilla's going through things like that with her family. And it's, sometimes it's sad because a lot of people feel entitled. And it's like, if I use Glorilla for an example, she don't have to do anything. It would be great, but you don't have to do anything, because, people say we got the same 24 hours. So, get up and get it. You know what I mean?
All right, last thing, we got Triple S's. Your favorite song, show, and shout out for right now.
Right now?
Mm-hmm.
And shout out?
Yeah, shout out to anybody.
Well, shout out to y'all. First off, I want to say that. Shout out to y'all. I want to shout out to you because I hope that I put something inside of you to just dive deep. You understand?
Now I gotta go back and rewatch OJ, y'all. That's
no.
What he's trying to,
I don't want you to watch anything you saw before. I want you to research.
I have researched it.
No, what I said to you.
Oh, those particular things.
Yeah, what I said to you.
The most information I will say that I didn't know was more information about the sun. Like piecing those things together. Yeah.
I just want you to, research those things.
Song and show. Any song right now that you messing with?
I like J. Cole's album.
Okay.
J. Cole's a very good friend of mine. I've known J. Cole for a long time. He used to take pointers from me while I used to DJ. He used to come to the club. I remember a point in time he came. He was like, "Yo, I'm signed to Jay-Z." I was like, "Yeah, right. $20 pay." You understand what I'm saying? So I do remember that. But he's always stayed in contact. We speak daily, as of recent also. So his whole album, he got a song called "Safety" that's very good.
I was
really
just listening to that on my way here.
Okay, yeah, I
Please
like
tell
Safety.
him I am. Thank you. Just thank you for the project.
And your show. Any show.
I like Abbott Elementary.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so you're a comedy guy.
I just like that show. I don't know what about the show I like. I just like the show. I really like the show. I forgot the girl name, but the Italian woman. We speak through DM a lot.
Oh, nice.
And stuff like that. Yeah, I just DM'd her. She
How are your
DM'd me back.
Mm-hmm. I'm curious.
Most of it be rappers.
Okay.
Most of it be rappers. Again, I don't think I'm a sex symbol or nothing like that. So girls don't care about trying to smash me or nothing like that.
Any guys tried to that you?
Nah. I never. I've never got into like somebody like someone that's gay or something like that coming. I've never. I don't think I've ever. I've never got that.
Yeah.
Maybe maybe I ain't sexy enough for a gay guy or whatever. I don't know. The only thing I did do, and I think I did tell you, so that's why that was funny that someone would say I would be, what'd you say? Homophobic.
Yeah. I think it was mostly for Bruce, but that's all.
Maybe Bruce. Maybe Bruce. Bruce is a co-host on my show. One day by default, I started being an OnlyFans quote unquote model. One day I was getting, I like to get my nails and my toes done. I think they call mani-pedi.
Yeah.
All right. So I took a picture of my feet, and it got so many likes and different things. Somebody said, "Yo, you should put it on OnlyFans." I'm like, nobody care about this. So I did one. Couple people like subscribed and stuff like that. I was like, oh, okay, $20, $30, $40. Then a guy asked me to put my feet in spaghetti. This was a guy, and he would give me $400. So after I put my foot in the spaghetti, you understand? But I quit after that. I was like, I can't do this no more. Okay. But I don't. Would that be considered?
But you got
gay?
like you really got the $400 and did it?
Yeah,
I think gay is doing stuff with men. So I don't think
Well, I did it for a man.
Yeah, but you wasn't. I mean, like penetration or like.
Oh, like so I don't want no woman even penetrating me.
Okay.
So I
don't think that's gay though. I think if whatever you do with a woman is with a woman, in my opinion.
Well, I don't want to be penetrated. Period.
Got it.
You understand what I'm saying? That's just me. Period.
Yeah,
like I don't care if a man, woman, child. I don't want. I think that would hurt. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't know. Because men primarily, when you drilling, what they call you going to kill, like you trying to bang, bang, bang.
The G-spot's in the man's butt.
I got that part. I'm just saying that it's the same thing as liquor. Liquor, you do it for fun, but it tastes nasty and it gives you a headache.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So yes, I drink liquor or people drink liquor because it makes you feel good in the party, but it still hurts when it goes down and it's nasty. So it's the same thing. I feel like I don't want that hurt part. That's why I don't drink, because liquor tastes nasty to me. You understand? Like, people go, after they take a shot, they doing that, and it's like, so I feel like I equate that to someone penetrating me.
Got it.
So I don't know. Maybe you can tell me. Does it hurt?
It does hurt, but you get used to the pain.
So I don't want no pain, but you see, if you said you get used to, but you get used to the pain.
But no one's just jamming it in there. Like you have to. But I'm attracted to men, so it's different for me. You know what I'm saying? So if it's my partner, like I'm attracted to him, so I'm trying to it's a more sexual thing than a pain thing, if that makes sense.
But you use the word pain. You didn't say
it's a little bit of pain though. Like I'm not gonna lie and say it's not pain. It's a little bit of pain.
Yeah. So you enjoy pain.
This is going left. I don't.
How? I'm confused.
The pain turns to pleasure.
First of all, the pain turns to pleasure.
The funny thing is you're blushing right now. You're sweating.
Because I'm not sweating, but the problem is. Moving on.
What's the problem?
Moving on.
So one problem could be communication.
Yeah.
Right? So while I'm communicating, right, you're shutting it down for me to have an understanding.
Right. Okay. That makes sense.
You're Capricorning right now.
Yeah,
okay.
right? Okay. You're shutting it down for me to have understanding.
Like
I'm asking questions.
It's pain into pleasure. So that's, yeah.
But the pleasure is, I guess, the G spot.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question, right? I'm here. So if the person is penetrating you,
okay,
right? Do you ejaculate also while he's penetrating you, or is this for him to ejaculate?
I have before, but I'm more of a flip guy, so I'd like to do both.
I don't know what that means.
I could do both, like penetrate and then be penetrated.
That's not what I asked. What I'm asking is, while you're getting penetrated, because you said the G spot,
yeah,
right? You said the G spot is within the person that's getting penetrated.
Yeah.
So I'm asking you the pleasure, right? Of because as a heterosexual man, I'm smashing to come.
Right.
Right. So what I'm saying to you is, while you're getting smashed, do you come while you're getting smashed?
Without me touching myself? Nah, I don't. But it's a pleasure. It's a good pleasure for me.
But you told me that's the G spot.
Yeah, but it doesn't. I mean, yeah, but it's like, it feels good, if that makes sense.
Okay, I don't know, because I never. I don't know.
It doesn't incite the final finish. But
it's like
what he's saying is it's pleasurable in that moment, but it doesn't make him fully.
Yeah, it doesn't make me fully.
So the pleasure is for the person who's drilling.
I mean, I think it's pleasure for both. I think if you like that, it's
well, to me, pleasure is ejaculating.
But see, to me, pleasure, I like foreplay too. So I can do pleasure without, ejaculating.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So I think it really depends on who you ask.
What's the kind of foreplay?
Like, kissing, rubbing, all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Head.
I'm trying to get you some new work out here. You understand what I'm saying? Trying to help you out. I'm trying to get you some new work.
I'm good in that department.
Okay. We never good. You're too young, man. Life. They come today, going tomorrow, baby.
And on that note, your favorite position?
I don't have one. To be honest, I don't have one. Okay. I don't think I have one. I guess whatever my partner likes.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I don't have.
Do you have any last questions for Self?
Yes, I do. I would just say, what would
you
your
think
advice...
OJ now? Just like
No, my God. What would your advice be for the up and coming hustlers coming behind you? The DJs,
well, it's going to sound
the...
cliche, but it's very true, and it's called 5 Ps. It's called proper preparation prevents poor performance. That is 100%. Anytime, even I do my radio show, he'll tell you that my show comes on at 10. I'm here at 9 o'clock preparing for my show. It's my show, and everybody else who, they always come late and different. I'm always here on time. So I tell people to prepare all the time. Even you guys did this. Preparation is, all right, let's Google Self, what he got going on or what different things like that. Granted, I know that, people, Cardi B, whatever. To me, that was like 15 years ago. And, I guess I have to do some more outlandish stuff to make a 15-year-old story, you understand, still be relevant to today. You understand what I'm saying? So, it's just preparation, before you, go on and actually showtime. So I would say that.
Okay.
Prepare and do preparation.
Okay. That's fair enough.
And practice. You two guys, y'all doing a show, do have a chemistry. He knows that the kid Bruce, Hollywood Bruce, is on my show. It took us some time to have the great chemistry, meaning I don't know if you ever spoke to Bruce outside of a microphone. You have?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so maybe Bruce's views may not be, really what he's saying outside of that microphone. Maybe he's just being entertaining. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? So, and I think people confuse Hollywood Bruce for Bruce, the person.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So, maybe if you have a way or feeling, maybe you should speak to him outside of the microphone. Bruce. No, I'm just giving it to anybody. You understand what I'm saying? Because just a lot of times we've learned chemistry. We've learned that even doing this, I don't know the chemistry between you guys, but one person is the journalist, one person is the funny person, or different things. So when I do topics or things like that, we kind of combat, because if we both agree on something, it's not a show. You understand? So, again, I don't know exactly things that he said, but he probably saying things to make the show entertaining.
Right. I was there.
Yep. I've seen the clips.
Yep.
I watched the clips.
Oh, the clip, we had clips? I didn't see the clips.
Clips, so me and Bruce going back and forth.
Oh, okay. I would love to see those clips. I didn't see them.
Yeah, that was something.
But again, I if those things happen outside of a microphone,
right?
You understand what I'm saying? Then I would say, dag. You understand? But if it's on mic, granted, we do have to be careful of what we say to the public. But people also know that we're putting on a show, and I think that certain people only get ridiculed by those things because you'll see I'll use Kevin Hart or Jim Carrey or any of these people they shoot people and things like that on television, and you don't think that they're a murderer. Right. You be like, oh, they're just acting. Yeah, well, we're entertaining. You understand what I'm saying? We're being an entertainer.
Mm-hmm. All right, Chelsea, it's been a pleasure. Self, it's been a pleasure.
Did I talk too much? I know I'm a preacher.
No, you
gave the people what
I
they
was going to
need.
say if you have any questions for us, but I think he asked us questions.
He did.
Yeah.
He really did. Do you have anything
I
else before we
questions.
go?
I asked you questions.
Yeah. So
Now I just want to shout out y'all. You know, I hope I wasn't boring. I think sometimes I am boring. You know, when people ask certain questions, you know, I think that I'm more of a preacher. I am that.
You gave us a good show.
Yeah, I am a preacher because, again, you know, me doing Love and Hip Hop, I saw that you can be easily swayed to think certain things.
Shout out to legendary DJ Self.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us.
But
Watch for OJ Simpson.
oh my God, we bringing him some orange juice, you guys.